Just to show that the Game Boy Advance was a powerful system, there were a slew of remakes for this thing. About 37 or 38 of the remakes made for the Game Boy Advance were games that originated on the Super Nintendo. There's not much to note about the Game Boy Advance version of the game. Obviously, the screen size is a bit different. Something I noticed while playing the game is that the arrows and the hammer can break pots and skulls. Maybe it was to reflect the 3D Zelda games, which you can break pots with other items. The audio is a bit crunchy, same with the music, but you know, portable games of this time. Sound effects were also entirely different, and Link consistently uses voice lines from Ocarina of Time whenever he attacks or gets hit. Some people find that annoying. It didn't really bother me that much, honestly. I didn't even notice it at times. Also, in my opinion, I feel like Minish Cap was more annoying with the voice lines, but this one I instantly got used to. Some of the text has changed, but all around it relatively is still the same. The visuals look a little bit brighter in comparison to the original, but maybe that's just because it needed to look a little bit brighter since it was a handheld, and some people like to play in the dark. Or outside. Why did it take me so long to think about outside? Oh, also nothing big, but an entirely new dungeon. You see, this isn't a Link to the Past for the Game Boy Advance. This is a Link to the Past including the new multiplayer adventure Four Swords, which also gives this game post-game content. Probably the only 2D Zelda other than Triforce Heroes, if I'm not mistaken. If you get the Master Sword in A Link to the Past, you can get it in Four Swords. And if you complete Four Swords, as well as defeating Ganon in A Link to the Past, you unlock the Palace of the Four Sword. In this dungeon, you have to fight probably my 4 favorite bosses in this game, coincidentally. After defeating them, you pull out a sword that they're guarding and unlock the final boss room, where you come face to face with 4 Shadow Links, all decked out with your gear. And beating this trial gives you the Dark World version of the end credit sequence, with all the dungeons, all the bosses, as well as a way of seeing all of your player data, like how many times you've used a certain item or how many enemies you've defeated. I'm gonna be honest with you, while making this video, rather than playing the Super Nintendo version, which I grew up with and I've played back to back a lot, I decided to play the Game Boy Advance version because I was curious about the differences. And as much as I wanted to experience this dungeon for the first time, I am currently stuck in the Swamp Palace because I can't find the last small key. I'm literally like 1 room away from the boss door. But I did beat Four Swords with my little sister. My first impression of the game is that it's really fun, especially when paired with the right people. My sister's my little gaming buddy, you know? I'll do a video on Four Sword in the future, but that'd have to be for a future video.